or an appeal or any docket in this court. And what court is that, you guys may ask? That court is the Adams County, Pennsylvania Common Pleas Court. What has happened is there's a judge. He's actually known as the gay panic judge. There's a book called The Whole Truth that was wrote about him justifying the attempted double homicide of a lesbian couple simply because they were lesbian. He said his client had the right to kill them because they were lesbian. And it was his first time seeing gay people, so his client was justified in murdering them. His client was facing the death penalty and decided to take a plea deal. But the judge is sick and disgusting. If you read the book, you will throw up. Even if you don't support LGBT people, you're probably more humane of a person than this Judge Mike George from Adams County, Pennsylvania, where Gettysburg is. If you're planning a trip to Gettysburg, you may want to reconsider because Adams County court system is so very corrupt. You can look up, there's other YouTubers that talk about how corrupt Adams County is. But what has happened is I had my Facebook account blocked by a judge or a district attorney in another county. All the judges in that county recused. The DA and I had a different judge appointed. So that judge was Mike George from Adams County. And he said that there's no First Amendment right on social media. I challenged an appeal. He denied my petition under the wrong statute. It's called a fatal error. And the courts have decided that you get like a de novo plenary scope review. So basically from brand new, they look at the whole thing from brand new without considering anything the judge said. So the judge, where he ordered me to file everything through both my county and through his county of Adams County. So I did that with my brief pointing out his fatal error. And in return or in response to that, I was charged with harassment. I'm not joking. I was charged with harassment for filing a motion or a brief in a court of law, which, you have that right. Every citizen has the right to petition their government for a redress of grievance. Every citizen has the right to access the courts, but I have been charged with that. Now, this judge continued presiding over another case that I was involved in, and he issued an order dismissing my attorney's motion in that case while claiming to be a victim because I filed an appeal and sent him a copy of the brief. That is insane. This is America. This isn't communist China or Russia or North Korea. We should absolutely 100%, exactly, wow, we should 100% be allowed to file a motion in court without being charged for it. It gets better, guys. So I had no clue about this. What I learned it from was a Gmail email telling me that there was a warrant for my Gmail account. I'm like, what in the world? From Adams County? I've never been to Adams County. That's crazy. So I file a bunch of motions like demanding them to compel compel the disclosure of the warrant. Who signed it? Who's it about? What's it about? What I even do? Motion to quash the warrant to prevent them from accessing my private data when I didn't commit a crime. This is insane. I'm not some hacker or anything. I use my email account for like talking to my lawyers or talking to the people about when I got a house. Like it's stupid stuff, subscription services. But nonetheless, because I filed those 4 motions, I never heard anything back because this place is 4 hours away from where I live. Okay. I called 3 days later to see if they got the motion because I filed it through fax. I never heard anything back from them. And I left a voicemail, never heard anything back. I kept checking this docket on this charge, and then I noticed, oh, wait, all these judges just got recused, and there's another charge filed. And I looked at the date, and it's the date, December 26th, the day I called to find out if they got my stuff. So I was charged for filing motions and charged for filing a brief by Adams County courts. It's the most corrupt courts. It's Gettysburg, Pennsylvania is where it's at. Don't go there, guys. This is absolutely insane what's going on. This is supposed to be America. We shouldn't be dealing with this type of stuff. I've heard people say the term judicial insurrection, judicial coup, judicial overthrow of our country. And I mean, I don't know how else to explain what's going on. I am just an average guy. I'm not a lawyer. I'm a mechanic, guys. You see my tools and stuff. I'm actually in my home garage. But like, I'm guilty for filing a motion. Just filing motions in court is a crime in Adams County, Pennsylvania. And I have called the FBI. They told me to call the Judicial Conduct Board. Well, guess who told me to call the FBI? The Judicial Conduct Board. They've given me number after number. I've spoken to two people, probably called a dozen different numbers. Only two people, some guy with the FBI, and he's like, "What's the crime?" I said, "It's like 18 USC 241." Deprivation of rights under color of law, and deprivation of rights or conspiracy to violate rights. Because it's like, how can I file a motion with the court administrator and the judge claims he's a victim because I filed a brief with the court administrator? What? I'm legally obligated to provide all parties in the appeal a copy of my brief. This is nuts. This is absolutely insane what's going on. This is supposed to be America, and we're supposed to be able to file things and have access to the courts without being charged and targeted. But guys, I'm sorry for the crappy style video. I know YouTube has a much higher standard of video than what I'm putting out there right now. But I promise you, I'm going to make an in-depth, thorough video. I'm going to share everything. My attorney in another matter pointed this out. The judge should have recused sua sponte is what he called it. Apparently, because he became a victim over an email, that he should have recused himself from any other matters involving me, but instead he continued to issue motions up to 2 weeks after becoming a victim over me filing my brief. That's insane, and that is a total abusive process. Again, his name is Mike George. Just Google "gay panic Judge Mike George," and you will see this man. This man has never lived down his horrendous defense of a double homicide or attempted double homicide just because the people were lesbian. I'm not making a political statement. I'm just saying that murder is wrong and there's no defense to it. And Judge George decided there was, but that's who has decided that he's been harassed by me filing a court-required document. All right, guys, I got to get off here. Thanks for watching. Please share this video, and please don't ever go to Adams County if you don't have, $1 million to pay for an attorney, or just don't do it. Drive around the county. Gettysburg is nice and all. I've been there several times. I will never go back. Go to another town. Just avoid that area. It's a bad place. It's a beautiful history. Bad people that live there. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.